Hey there, beautiful brown girl
Hello.
family. Welcome to the replay for those of you who are tuning into the replay, and welcome to the live for those of you who are here for the live. We are back with another episode of Brown Conversations. How's it going over there,
Bizag.
Sab?
What's going on, Kimberland? How are you?
I'm phenomenal. I am
Phenomenal. I
phenomenal. I
love the
don't
new
have.
hair. I love the new
Thank you,
hair.
girl.
I love it.
Yeah. I did something a little different this time. I've had red before, but I've never had like bright red. So this is my hello, I am here red.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Irma. Hey, Nicole. Well, I love it. I think it's very different on you. Sometimes you just got to switch it up and do something a little
Yes.
different. I still got my braids, black girl in her braids. While it is mad time to take these joints out, this is a whole production to take these out. So I'm like, I have to schedule time to do it. And I'm just on the go. I'm busy. So that's why I haven't taken them out yet. But I do got my the high bun that I'm seeing is a trend now. I was like, I don't like that, but let me do it.
Yeah, no, I love it. I would not have been able to tell if you had not shared that. So I am here for it. So hey y'all, we see y'all getting in here. As you are coming in, go ahead and make sure you start introducing yourselves in the comments, that you let us know where you are watching from. Also make sure to let us know if this is your very first time hanging out with us on Brown Conversations. We love to celebrate our first timers. So go ahead and let us know that as well. So again, shout outs. We have Nicole here from Detroit. Welcome. We have Irma joining us. Karen is here. We have Yolanda, who is live streaming from Chicago. We've got Sarah in here from St. Louis. We got Aisha here. She wanted to wish a welcome back to school for all the teachers. So folks are going back to school, parents. Yeah, parents, I know you're excited, but teachers, check on your teacher friends. They are
August,
probably,
August, you guys?
Yeah.
It's
school time. No, it is school time, honey. Yeah. So we probably have like another week and a half, maybe two, before like things are in full swing with school buses and all of that. But shout out to our educators, sending you all the love as you transition back into the classroom. Karen said, perfect for a professional frolicker. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all about my professional frolicking line. I done already came up with 2 designs. So a few people joined me on my live on Saturday, and we had a real heart-to-heart conversation. And one of the things that came out of that is that I'm a professional frolicker, and I am making a t-shirt line to reflect that. So shout out to Karen, shouting that out. We have Tia, who is here from the Shy. We have, who's this? Latricia is here from Vegas. And then we have some first timers. And so Tia's here for the first time. Little bucket for Tia. Kenya is here from Cali. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nicole said this is her first time as well.
Welcome.
So is Dana's first time. So again,
welcome.
I clearly switched from
Randolph? Is it Randolph? Is that the correct pronunciation? And if it is, welcome Randolph. Says it was her first time.
Yes. First timers in the house. We also have Yell's first time from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So excited to have you all here. Y'all are coming in fast. My goodness. Latasha said, let me know if you need a t-shirt printer. Get in my inbox, sis. Get in my inbox. Okay. All right. So having said all of that, we have quite a few first timers. So we want to make sure that we acknowledge why we're here and what you're watching. But before I do that, shout out to the OGs. I see y'all in the comments. They like, hey, OG. Holla at your girl, right? So shout out to our OGs who are here always hanging out with us on Brown Conversations. All right, let's get this party popping. Let me let you know what you're watching because we got a lot that we need to get to tonight. So welcome to Brown Conversations. This is our virtual platform where we talk about all things brown girl related. We are here to connect you to other like-minded women and give you a platform to share your voice in the brown conversations that matter to us and those we care about. We invite you to connect with beautiful brown girls and connect with us individually as we take this journey through life. My name is Kimberland, and y'all, I am so happy to say that I am back in Mexico City.
Mexico.
Oh Lord, it was a minute, y'all. I've been gone since May, and I just couldn't wait to get
Buenos
back.
tardes.
Hey, estoy muy emocionada. I am very excited to be here with you all tonight. A little about me: I am an educational consultant and advocate. I am a life coach. I'm an author. I'm a model, and tonight I'm one of your hosts here on Brownversations.
Well, I am also one of your co-hosts. My name is Sab Jackson, and I come to you out of the wonderful. I can't believe I'm at wonderful now. At the interesting city of Dallas, Texas. I am, like I said, I'm one of your co-hosts as well, but I'm also a marketing professional, forever student, podcaster, daughter to Barbara, sister to Maria, sister to Tawana, sister to Sybil, and super muy excited? No, that's not the word. What's the word, Kimberland?
Emocionada.
Emocionada. I need to get back to Tamarindo so I can have that Spanish in me. Like, I don't feel inclined to talk it now all the time now, and I want to now. I need to get back to that.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to find you some accountability people to just practice your Spanish. So totally understand that. So again, welcome to the show, you all. We do want you to take a moment. If you have not done so already, go ahead and pause and share the broadcast and tag at least 3 friends. Tell them to get their behind up in here, y'all, because we got some things that we need to discuss. Okay, just por favor, ahora. Okay, please. And now, okay, tell them to get on in here, right? So go ahead and tag them in the comments so that they are able to come and hang out with us and participate in this conversation because we need your voices. So having said that, we want to start kind of jumping into our announcements and getting into our show. And the first thing that we want to make sure that you understand is that here at Beautiful Brown Girls, we are here for sisterhood, support, and self-care. Everything that we talk about is about bringing our authentic selves into situations, swapping stories, experiences, and making real life lifelong friends. One of the reasons that we tell you all to drop your information in the comments is because you very well are going to see these people show after show, right? And they're going to become your people. So it's really important for you to go ahead and connect and let the people know who you are, where you are, so that you can have some fellowship down there in the comments. Also want to remind you that if you are, while, I'm not going to say if, I'm going to say while you are watching the show, and we know y'all going to love the content, okay? So we want to remind you that one of the ways that you can support us is by giving us emojis. So you can give us like emojis, heart emojis, laughing emojis, all the things, right? Also sharing the broadcast I also mentioned, and then want to remind you that we were approved to receive stars. And stars is a way where you can give your donation to the collection plate, if you will. Amen. And Amen. That allows us to keep this party going, right? So if you feel so inclined, go ahead and do that. And we will greatly appreciate you answering this question real quick. Stephanie, I am in Mexico City, sis. I am so happy to be back, my Lord. All right. So having said that, how do people get to come on the show, Sab?
If you are interested in coming to hang out with myself and Kimberland, we'd love the opportunity to bring you in from the comments. We've done it before with amazing hosts, co-hosts like Kale, Cherry, Irma. So if you are interested, if you're interested, you can go in the comments right now and just type in that you are interested. I am interested, and then we'll look at it and then bring you up from the comments, because often, like Kimberland said, oftentimes that you see these people often, and this is an opportunity for you to, one, get to know what it is that myself and Kimberland do what we do behind the scenes. But we would just love the opportunity to come on, you hang out with us and meet the fun and fabulous community that you are. Or if you're watching the replay, you can go ahead and email us at beautifulbrowngirls@gmail.com. And if you're watching live, just let us know that you're interested, write in the comments, and we will reach out to you. But we would love to have the opportunity to have you on our community. They are so fun. Our community, what do we call them? What do we call you ladies? We've been trying to think of a good name to call our community.
For now, we're going to just use Beautiful Brown Girls. But we're going to have to come up with a special Brownversations name.
You're right. We need to come up with a cute little fun name for our community.
Yeah.
if you're interested in
But
coming out,
yeah, if this is tickling your fancy and you want to see the shenanigans, because let me tell you, there's plenty of them that's happening behind the scenes. Okay, definitely let us know. So again, drop I'm interested in the comments. If you're watching the replay, email us at beautifulbrowngirls@gmail.com. So we have some announcements, some really important information that we want you to make sure that you direct your attention to. So the first announcement is y'all, and this is exclusive just for people who are here live that are watching right now. So we are having a 1-day membership sale. So this part of the Beautiful Brown Girl community here that's happening on Facebook, this is the access that everybody has, right? But we also have a VIP space. Our VIP membership space is off of Facebook. It's free from the algorithm, all the things trying to hold a brown girl down. It is our place to connect on an even deeper level. We have classes, we have book club, we have fitness things that are happening. We have all sorts of things that go on in the members community that really help us to make sure we're digging deep and connecting to our very best selves, as well as connecting to the other beautiful brown girls around the country. So we usually have $25 is the cost of membership to be a part of our VIP member space for Beautiful Brown Girls. And that VIP member space, again, is going to give you first access to information. You get to sign up for things first, and you get to really connect on a deeper level. So right now we are having a sale, and the link was just dropped into the chat. So if you click on that link, that will allow you to be able to save a few coins, okay? As we are really trying to connect with you all. So you'll get that discounted rate. And again, it is happening until the end of our stream today. All right. So if that's something you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm really feeling that, go ahead and click that link. Also, again, want to remind you that that site, if you want to just kind of see what you can see, is at members.beautifulbrowngirls.com. Again, members.beautifulbrowngirls.com. So there you will be able to get that access to our members community for a discounted rate. Okay.
All right. That's what's up. So August birthday. August. Oh, I'm gonna stop freaking out about August birthday. Go ahead. Because
happy birthday, August birthday.
Oh my God, we're in July. Oh my God, we're in
I know
August.
the year is flying. It is fine, but I know our August babies are happy. They are in the house. It is your time to shine. August babies, go ahead and drop your birthday in the comments. Go ahead and shout yourself out in the comments so that we can honor you in your birthday. Or maybe it's somebody that you're connected to that you love, that they're having a birthday. Drop their birthday into the comments. Tag them in the comments. Tell them to get in here because we are celebrating our August birthdays. So happy birthday. Happy birthday. That's what we should really do, is come up with a happy birthday from conversations. Happy birthday. We're so glad you're here. That didn't really work out.
I liked it. I liked it. You gotta do some stuff on this one. I liked it. Did y'all like it in the comments? Just happy birthday to all of our beautiful brown girls. Like, that is exciting. Like, are y'all gonna do anything fun and special or anything extravagant? Are you gonna have friends?
Drop it in the comments, okay? So we have Donna's birthday is coming up August 22nd, and then we have Candace's birthday is coming up August 27th. Okay, so happy early birthday again to Donna and Candace. Stacy said August 11th. Okay, right around the corner. So happy birthday. See, this is what happens. Y'all find y'all birthday twins in the comments and such. Yeah. So Tia also has a birthday on August 22nd. So again, happy birthday to you all. We hope that you have an amazing time for your birthday and that this is the best year yet. All right. Okay. Got some updates before we jump into our content for today. So this update section is really for us to be able to update you all on stories that we've talked about in the past. And
the girlfriend's getaway location date.
Oh, shoot.
Yes.
Tell the people. I almost forgot.
Real quick. So the girlfriend's getaway. So I am a professional. I'm not a professional frolicker, But I was these past couple of months. I just came back from Cabo from our 2022 Girlfriends Getaway, and the 2023 Girlfriends Getaway has just been recently announced. And the place is, you got to go to the members community to find out. It has been announced. The location is set. The date is set. Everything has been announced. But in order to find out where the girls are going for 2023, you got to go and find out in the members community. If you are not a member, it will be sent out to everyone, to the masses, on August 10th. And can I tell you, this place,
Yeah, it got me. It got me. I was like, let me go ahead on and get these plans together for this
get your
deposit.
ducats in a row, because it's
Yeah,
going down. And like I said, you
it's
will
the
find out
business.
in the members community if you aren't interested in going. All right, let's.
Thank you for that, Sab. Woo, girl, I almost forgot, honey. Tag team. All right. So to those updates, again, these are things that are happening in our community or in the world that we want to make sure to keep you updated on. So the first thing is we have been sharing with you all about Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner is an American WNBA player for the Phoenix Mercury. She is also a Olympic player, and she has been being held in Russia for 160 something days, about 5 months, for 0.7 grams of cannabis oil. The update to this is that the Biden administration before had said that she is being held illegally. It is I forget the word right now. It just left my brain. But they're holding her without cause, is unjustified. So they are currently in the process of trying to negotiate. Russia has made it very clear that they want one of their people back that we have had in exchange for the release of Brittany Griner and another American, Paul Whelan. Unfortunately, Russia has not responded to the request. They have not responded. They do things on their own time. So we are trying to keep this in the forefront of people's minds because we want to make sure that Brittany gets home safely. Again, she's been there for months. I can't imagine what she is going through. It is a lot. And I saw some quotes where she said she feels like she's going to be there forever, and hope is kind of dwindling. So the call to action that we have is that we really want you all to share the information about Brittany. That was it, wrongfully detained. I was like, what was the word that I was looking for? So we would like for you to continue sharing this. This particular post is from Until Freedom, which is Tamika Mallory's organization. So people are actively, trying to keep this in the forefront of the news so that we can get her home. She is facing up to 10 years. And the last thing I saw is that she pled guilty to having this cannabis oil, but she really didn't know what she was signing because they didn't translate it for her. So there's a lot of shenanigans that are going on, and we really just want to make sure we continue to keep her in our thoughts and in our prayers, and that we do everything we can to make sure that we are helping people to be as outraged as they should be with the fact that she's been there since February.
Yeah, I know we don't have time, but real quick, I know it feels like it's very dire. It's very dire. And I think us as Americans, we're just like, we want her out. She needs to be let go. She's, what did you say, illegally detained? But I think sometimes people forget, like, our rules aren't the same. And I know that sounds simple. Right. Our rules aren't the same as everyone else's rules. And as outrageous we are, she did do something wrong, unfortunately. And I think sometimes, and this isn't me like trying to hold or make her situation even more worse than it is, but I think sometimes we forget when we're traveling to all of these foreign countries, we have to follow their rules. And this is just a dire situation, and we definitely want to keep her story in the limelight, and to put pressure on the Russian government to solve this or bring her home, like you said. So thanks for sharing.
Absolutely. Right. It's a lot going on. So thank you for that.
So the next update is Will Smith addressed the Oscar slaps in a new video that he recently posted on recently. I don't remember when he did, but it was like
Yeah, it was like the last couple days, maybe,
Friday.
that he had
I
made
think
the
he timed that
video.
perfectly for somebody's album that came out, and I think he did that to try to minimize the fact that everybody else was going to be talking about her album and not that video. But what he did is on his Instagram
I
account
don't think it's
on
that deep
Friday,
now, but thanks.
he so we'll go ahead. So it's Instagram Friday. Will Smith had publicly spoken on a video that's about 4 minutes long where he apologizes to Chris Rock and then multiple other people. So we're gonna go ahead and play it for you now, and then we'll just go ahead and get our reactions afterwards.
All
Or
right,
your
so give me
reactions
just a
afterwards if you have
second.
not seen it yet. But just
So
know,
pull this.
like, he's deeply remorseful. I think that's what he had said. But ready?
Yeah, we're just gonna
All
play
right.
a snippet, y'all, but just to kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man, and this is probably irreparable.
All right.
So
That's a lot. I
do
mean,
we believe? Well, do we believe that he's genuine?
that's a great question. My first reaction was initially, I was like, yeah, I want to be your friend again too. So if you watch the full video at the end, he said, if you hold on, we can be friends again. And I'm like, I want to be your friend again. But then I'm just like, I watched it again, Kimberland, and I was just like, but he's an actor. He's a really good dang actor. So I'm conflicted. So whoever wrote this for him, and I do think he had someone to write it, I think they were really good at touching those emotional points about him, saying that he's thinking it may be is it irreparable or irreparable. But the part that got me was him saying that I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of himself, trying not to think of himself as a piece of shit. So I'm conflicted. I do want to be his friend. What about you, Kimberland? What about you, the community?
I am a Will Smith fan, and I continue to be one. So I did not take it as if he was being an actor. I felt like he is remorseful. However, I'm not the harmed party.
Yeah.
So I really don't feel like it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter whether I think that he is amazing or not. Like, it's not for me to say. And to that point, when Chris Rock has, seen the video or what have you, he hasn't made a direct comment per se, but he has made a roundabout comment and saying something like everybody is trying to be a effing victim. He has called Will Smith Suge Smith, which says to me that he clearly feels some type of way. So it's kind of equating him to Suge Knight. That's a lie, you know. So I can't say, I feel like if somebody would have walked up in a public venue and smacked the living daylights out of me, yeah, they'd probably be dead to me because I'm good for a mental funeral. So you know, I don't know what's going to happen with them, or what have you, but you know, it kind of is what it is at this point. So we wanted to update you all to keep you in the loop of what's happening. But yeah, I don't know.
So I'm looking at the comments in the community, and it's even split based on what I'm seeing. So maybe I'm not reading it correctly, but it seems like you ladies in the community are just like, nope. Some people are like, yeah. I'm highlighting some of the comments here, and I love our community. I love this community because it's very divided. It's very different. We're getting different varying opinions. And so it's always good to get different opinions. And, you know, if I see someone else's opinion in the comments, I'm like, that'll help me be a little bit more think more. But I like how you said it's not hurting you. This is rich people's problems. So I get it, but it's fodder to talk about. So
yeah, it's an update, you know. So we will continue to see, you know, what happens with this situation and how it is handled, and whether they will reconcile or whether they will not. So yeah, I don't really know where that's going to land, but I will say I do love Will Smith, and I continue to love Will Smith, and I do believe that people are people, and that people sometimes do things that they regret. I do believe that he regrets it. However, I wasn't the one that's harmed, so you know, it kind of is what it is. So we'll see what happens from there.
All right. So we got that fun, interesting, actually, wrong word. We got that update for you. So next, I was looking at the next picture and I was thinking fun, because the next topic that we're going to talk about is going to be fun. So new and upcoming movies, new releases. So the first movie that is coming out that I'm really curious. So we're going to do this pass or play. We do this game often that I love. So this is getting you guys involved, Kimberland involved. So what is it? Thumbs up
thumbs up if you'll play it, right? So thumbs up that you'll play it, or type play, and then thumbs down if you'll pass. If you're like, I'm good on that.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So the first movie up on the docket is Rap Spit. Pronounced Rap Spit.
Rap-ish. Maybe that's what we'll say.
Rap-ish. And the comedy streaming television series created by the one and only Issa Rae for HBO Max. Rap, what did you call it?
Ish.
Rap-ish is a story about rap-ish. And it focuses on two characters, Shauna and Mia, two estranged best friends who form a rap group despite their differing opinions on hip hop culture and their adventure to start a music duo. Rap-ish, which derived from the original script for Issa Rae's Insecure, is loosely based on and co-executive produced by City Girls, period. I just wanted to say period so bad.
I thought that was an interesting fact, though, that City Girls were that they were executive producers. I was like, interesting. I'm here for anything Issa, okay, like anything that she does. Oh, I see a few folks have already seen it. So Kenya says she loves it. Okay, so she's definitely playing it. Christy is on HBO Max.
What did I say?
Candace said she loved the first episode. It definitely got her attention. Stacy says she loves it. It's her guilty pleasure. I see a lot of thumbs up here in the comments of folks saying, they're gonna play it. Karen said she'll give it a shot to check the authenticity. So and Dana's laughing because we're trying to figure out how to say ish without getting in trouble. So I'm here for anything, Issa. What about you? You passing or playing?
Honestly, like I'm gonna lie. Initially, I was going to say pass because it just did not resonate with me. But yeah, I just did not resonate with me because I'm not of that space. Like I'm a little older than Issa. I feel like and I'm a lot older than the city girl. They're like, so, but based on the suggestions and the plays within our community, I will give it a watch because our ladies in the community was like, yeah. So I would check it out just because of you ladies in the community. But initially I was like,
okay,
I'll give it a chance. So thank you.
Kim is saying that she agrees with that. But yeah, y'all give it a shot. You know, I figured we could give it one episode. You know what I mean? And if that one episode captivates you, keep it going. If not, you gave it a shot. You know, you gave it a shot. As Stacey says, she's an educator, so she has to stay up on things. Listen, girl, I be feeling so disconnected from what's happening out here in these streets, child. Like, and being out the classroom now, I'm like, yeah, I don't really know much of anything. So Nicole said it's a pass for her. So we'll see. We'll have to report back and let you all know what that looks like, what that sounds like. But we got a few testimonies in the comments that it seems to be pretty okay. Now,
homecoming. Homecoming is usually in October, November, right? So I'm wondering if you ladies in the community are ready for homecoming. Because Wakanda 2, Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever dropped its trailer. And this is going to be like a whole homecoming. That's why I started with homecoming, because that's exactly what it is. So homecoming proceedings have been announced. The trailer from Wakanda Forever, the sequel to Marvel's critically acclaimed fan favorite film Black Panther, is finally here. And it brought with it a slew of emotions from fans like me. I cry each and every time I watch it, and I'm going to cry today when we show it.
Oh, I thought you were saying you cried when you watched the trailer.
I did.
You did cry when you watched the trailer? Oh my goodness. So have y'all seen the trailer? If not, we want to show it right quick to make sure everybody is on, the same
So have
page.
Y'all seen the trailer? Yes, Karen, exactly. Yes, the attire. We're going to talk about that. The attire and everything, all of the proceedings, what we need to wear has been announced. All the rule, all of that stuff has been all of those things have been announced. The film looks balls. The film looks amazing. The visuals are stunning. Regal. Oh, let me know when you're ready.
Let's let them see. Yeah, let's let them see. I got it up. So let's go ahead and watch.
Let's do this.
No cry. No woman, no cry. Little darling, don't shed no tear. No woman, no cry. Good friends we have and good friends we've lost along the way. In this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright now. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be.
I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything?
Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. Do you hear me? Do you Alright, and when I wake up,
I just got all the goosebumps.
I'm
All of them.
saying, I'm saying,
All the
I'm
daggone
saying.
goosebumps.
So Wakanda Forever will be hitting theaters on November 11, 2022. That's over 4 years since the original Black Panther was released in 2018. So it's been quite some time since the last one, and it was delayed because of the pandemic, rightly so. But brief, unofficial synopsis. Can I read the synopsis to you guys?
Of course.
Okay, it says Queen Ramonda, Angela Bassett, Shuri, Letitia Wright, M'Baku, Winston Duke, Okoye Denai Guerrera, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing names incorrectly, fight to protect their nation from intervening world powers in the wake of King T'Challa's death. As the Wakandans strive to embrace their next chapter, the heroes must band together with the help of War Dog Nakia, Lupita Nyong'o, and Everett Ross, Martin Freeman, and forge a new path for the kingdom of Wakanda. I don't know if this is official trail or synopsis, but I've seen it a few times. To Karen's point, yes, the official colors that we're supposed to wear, according to the internets, is white. And I don't know, Kimberly, if that's supposed to be because of the funeral, you think, maybe? I don't know.
That's what I understood, that it's because of the funeral. But I also saw that it's white and or royal colors.
Okay.
But I can see, like, with the white, like, really, again, that's one of the things that gave me chills of, like, how they really honored Chadwick being gone in the movie. So what I heard people say was they're gonna wear white, and then we're gonna need to have an intermission because then we gotta go change into the royal attire for the rest of the movie. Well, you also know white, that's a lie. Like, I'm
because let's see what I spill on this by the end of today's
I'm
episode.
about to say, while I'm trying to eat this popcorn and while I'm trying to drink this soda, but I definitely am so looking forward to this. I like I said, got goosebumps. And then to Aisha's point, the music. So I loved how it started out with the No Woman, No Cry, and then everything's gonna be all right. Transition to the Kendrick Lamar, we gonna be all right. Like, oh my God. That is like, that song I get turned up off that song. Just
and that was actually
off GB.
No Woman, No Cry, Black Panther. That was actually someone else singing that. Who's a woman named Googling her name now because I want to get her name.
I don't know, but what I'm saying is I like the transition from that slow No Woman, No Cry, everything's gonna, that was Tim's, okay, that everything is gonna be all right, to Kendrick Lamar's We Gonna Be All Right. Like, I love how that built up. So I'm looking forward to the soundtrack. I'm looking forward,
I'm ready.
As soon as they start saying it's time to get tickets, honey, I am buying that ticket and I'm about to be in the place. Okay.
It's going to be a whole production.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be something. So y'all passing or playing? We saw some thumbs ups and things. We just got to be official.
Can't say that.
No, we saw some thumbs up. We got to be official and ask the question. Y'all passing or y'all playing? Okay, what are we doing? And where are we getting these outfits from? Like, what are the plans? You know, it's November 11th. Is it on your calendar, people? Is it on your calendar? Okay, because this is a big deal. Now, you know, if it come out on the 11th, that mean on the 10th they're gonna have that midnight show. You see, and then you could go and catch it before everybody else.
A lot of plays. So y'all ready for homecoming? That's what we're calling it. That's what I'm calling it, homecoming.
Very good.
Bring your tissue box. Sabrina will be bringing her tissue box because I know it will be necessary and warranted.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Latasha said, go to Shein to get your outfits. Okay, they're very affordable.
You're right.
So go ahead. So go ahead on the Shein so that you could be ready. But yeah, I'm really, 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 really excited about this one. So
All right. The next movie that we have on our docket is the Prime Video released the official trailer for the highly anticipated series A League of Their Own. I remember this film. It was a 1992 film, and I don't recall seeing any.
Was it 92?
1992.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Yes. Yeah. Tom Hanks. And I forget the name of the other lady that was in it. But
oh my God, Rosie O'Donnell, Madonna was in it. Gina Davis, honey, listen.
Gina Davis, that's her name. That's her name.
Yeah.
So,
oh, I love me some League of Their Own.
So this is a series on Amazon Prime. The show stays true to the original 1992 film of the same name while featuring new characters on the path towards professional baseball. In the exciting video footage, it shows a series of, it does show a really diverse cast of women and how they all face individual struggles that can be quite similar regardless of race. And it's essentially telling the story of an entire generation of women with hopes of playing professional baseball. So the highly anticipated series stars Essence's Black Women in Hollywood's recipient Shantae Adams, remember her from Roxanne Shantae on Netflix, as Max, and a host of other women to make up this diverse cast. I didn't want to read all of their names because I just didn't want to slaughter their names, but just know that it's a lot of women and a very diverse cast, and I am here for it and I'm ready for it. I wonder if it's streaming now already. Is it streaming now? I wonder if it's streaming now. Let me look and see, because it didn't say, and I
always ask these questions. We don't have the answers to, girl.
And I didn't agree. Oh, never. It's August 12th. So
okay,
whenever
so in a couple weeks, in 12 days, 11. Okay, in 11 days,
8 episodes.
So yeah, totally looking forward to this. It definitely looks like the community is here for it as well. We got a lot of plays that are here in the comments. So yeah, I think that's going to be a good one. It's a series again. So remember that you got to allocate enough time, right? Because it's a series. So you got to, make sure. Make sure
they're doing it now. They don't release it all at once. And I hate that they do that now. It's like, damn it, you trying to keep me. They don't release all of the episodes at once now.
They're trying to keep us coming back. They're trying to keep us coming back. So here is another thing that came across our attention. It's called Street Food USA. It's on Netflix, and it focuses on people behind some frighteningly delicious looking food. So this is kind of like a documentary of food and people that make different types of food. So this is the third season for this. The first season, first 2 seasons focused on Asia and Latin America. So this season is going to focus on the US, and some of the cities that they're going to be starring are Los Angeles, Miami, Oahu, Hawaii, New Orleans, New York, and Portland, Oregon. Yeah. So I'm definitely here for this. I think I love documentaries and things about food. Maybe I'm just greedy, but I absolutely am looking forward to watching this, and especially because they're going to be covering New Orleans. So all in. What about you?
Pass or play? It's not that I don't. Well, there was one that came out a couple years ago that was really popular. It was a Black guy that was a host. Do you remember that name? Does anyone?
High on the Hog.
Yes. So I want to say pass and play because I still have not watched it. So that means that it's not that I don't want to.
I think you need to get your life together. I think that's probably what you need to do.
So I'll say play, but it passively play. Like I'll watch it at some point. I'll just get all the details from you, Kimberland, and the community. So
all right, that's the deal. So then our next movie, I don't know if you all have heard about this one. It's called Till, and it is based on the true story of Emmett Till and his mother's quest for justice after his murder. It centers around the 1955 lynching in Mississippi, and it's set to premiere in theaters, select theaters on October 1955.
Okay.
Yeah. It will premiere in select theaters on October 14th, and then it'll have a nationwide release on October 28th. So they've already dropped trailers about Till, and one of the first trailers shows Danielle Deadweiler, who is playing his mother, is worried about her son visiting family in Mississippi. He just doesn't understand how things are different there. And despite his concerns, he goes, and then it unfolds the story of how the white woman, Carol Carolyn Bryant accused him of grabbing her in a grocery store, though we know now that that did not happen. So it is directed by Chinonye Chiwuku. The film stars Whoopi Goldberg, who is actually producing it as well, Sean Patrick Thomas, the young man that is playing Emmett Till. He actually was in All American. I don't know if you all watch All American, but he is in All American. And then I don't know the gentleman's name who's on the bottom row, the second person, but I do know that I know him from Snowfall. So they have some really powerful actors here that are going. Huh?
He played in Marshall. I don't remember his name. Never mind. I apologize.
Oh, okay. We have some very powerful actors who are going to be in this. Having said that, the question still goes: are we passing or playing? Yeah, I'm a pass on this one. I'm a pass. I can't. I don't have the mental capacity right now to do this. Yeah, I can't see myself doing this one. What about you?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kimberland. I don't have the mental for it. I don't have it. I already know how the story's going to end. How many times can you tell the death of it? How old was he? 16 years old. How many ways can you talk about the death? And they continue in the news to this day. They continue to still prolong whether or not they want to take some 80, 90-year-old woman to prison. And I'm like, so I can't do it. I mentally can't do it. And it looks like our community's passing.
Yeah, mostly passing. We have a couple plays, and we'll probably be leaning on you all who said play to tell us about it. But and I didn't watch a couple people are mentioning the series. I know I wasn't watching that either. So I am glad that the story is being told, because it needs to be told. It needs to be told in a way that it takes it out of the history books and brings it alive. I just don't have the capacity to really be able to position myself to watch that. So
I don't have the mental I agree. I don't.
All right. So you mentioned earlier that something happened last Friday
with Will Smith's video. Yes,
yes.
Will
Would
Smith's
you like
video.
to share?
Yes.
What happened?
I think he timed that perfectly. He knew.
No,
Beyonce.
not him.
What?
What happened on Friday?
Beyonce.
Tell the people what happened.
Beyonce released her 7th studio album. I think this is her 7th studio album.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so Beyonce dropped her new album, Renaissance. And did you, when I asked Kimberland, I was like, hey, Kimberland, did you buy it? She was like, what you talking about, buy it? I was like,
I just didn't know that people were still buying albums. I have Tidal, okay? Yeah. So I just stream what I want. I don't like purchase an album. I just have it, you know? So I didn't know that we were still doing that we were still buying albums.
Like we're peasant because we purchase albums.
I did not, ma'am. Why would you?
I didn't know people were still buying albums. Like we're peasants.
I did. I wasn't saying it like we're peasants. I was saying it like I didn't know that people still buy albums. I didn't know it was a thing. So, but did I listen to it? Did I listen to it? Did I listen to it? Hey. So, yes, I listened to it. What was your favorite song? I need the people here to wait a minute. Latasha said this looks like a promotion for female Old Spice.
I didn't even think about that. Good one. That was funny.
That was funny. Sab, did you listen to the album?
I did. And
I know you said you bought it, but did you listen?
I did. I did listen to it. I'm so not. Yes, okay. I did listen to it, but I am not one of those people who really listens intently for the lyrics and things like that. I was dancing around my place. My 2 favorite songs are Cozy, definitely Virgo Groove and Cozy. I didn't listen lyrically like a lot of other people. I do, but I don't. Like recently there was just today or yesterday, there were people outraged by some verbiage. She said the word spaz
Yeah.
in one of her
Yeah,
songs.
I didn't see that. I saw that article, but I didn't hear that. Like I wasn't, but also I wasn't like reading the lyrics. Her video, if you go on the YouTube, on the YouTube, her videos are lyric videos, which I absolutely love because it allows you to be able to sing along with it. Right now, Stacy done called out my favorite one, honey. That church girl, honey. Hey, drop it like a thotty, drop it like a thotty. Hey, drop it like a thotty, drop it like a.
You had a problem dropping it.
I did because these knees ain't loyal, but it's okay. The reason I like Church Girl is because it brings in all of the New Orleans vibes that I grew up with. So there were some people, the beat is a Trigger Man beat. When she's talking about drop it like a thotty, that is from a song used to be called Monkey on the Stick. And it was somebody else that she channeled in this, but it's very New Orleans. It's very New Orleans. So I was here for it. I listened to it just about every day. Kim said I was dropping like a thotty. I was trying my best. To drop it like a thotty, honey. It ain't work out too well, but you know, I did what I could for the people. So I'm excited about this. And you were kind of talking about the feel that it gave you. So like, what feel did it give you?
Yeah, disco, 1960s, 70s, club, Studio 54, disco. And all of these words that you see on the screen are what I think about. I think of category. What's the category in the ball culture? Like when you don't have different in the ball culture, they have categories, face or body or
yeah.
So that's what I thought of. All of these words. What'd you say?
I said or strut.
Category.
And then you gotta, because death drop. That's a category too that I would never be able to do in my whole life. Go ahead.
So I liked it. I mean, I like what I'm hearing from it. It's giving me dancing. I'm bopping around. However, there was this article that came out, and I know a lot of people are going to come out with think pieces because a lot of people, not a lot, in this article, it talked about whether or not she was being tone deaf in this piece because of the pre-recession climate and the music feeling about feeling good and the dreamy escapes in this uber wealthy and it's hard to get too excited because she's this uber wealthy person. And she talks about quitting your job. And some people actually did quit their jobs, but then they had to figure out life after quitting their job. And then the end of this article, it says the sentiment arguably culminated in the Great Depression as millions of people quit their jobs in hopes that they would not just survive, but thrive creatively, professionally, and emotionally. Beyonce's single "Break My Soul" seems to capture this sentiment. And it said, the article that I read thought "Break My Soul" was tone deaf just based on where we were. Beyonce has been creating this album for a good 4 years.
2+ years. Yeah, it's been,
But, you know, I get it. But I enjoyed it. It was fun for what it was, but I also get this article. But, you know, you got my coins, Beyonce.
Yeah. So Christina's point though is feel good music. I am here for it, and I think that I get that. You know, she had no way of knowing the state of the world and what the world would be once she dropped it. Yeah. But I will say, even within the state of the world, there are a lot of people who are just deciding that they want to choose happiness and they want to dance, right? So we keep talking about alluding to frolicking. As a professional frolicker, like I've just decided that I'm going to frolic. Like I am going to try to find my happiness. So it definitely is very different from what she was done before. Like if you thought you was about to be, you know, hearing some ballads or you was about to be hearing something deep like in Lemonade, this ain't it. This was specifically made for a particular culture. So yeah. But one of the things we wanted to bring up, though, was the situation with Khalees. And Khalees is saying that she didn't get a heads up that her song was going to be used and sampled on the album. So there's been some controversy going back and forth there. Khalees doesn't own the rights to the song. Actually, Pharrell does. But many people have been saying that somebody should have reached out to Khalees to let her know what happened.
Do they really need to? Like, you made a point. Do they really need to? And I get it. It's courtesy, right? right? Decorum, right? In the music industry. But
Yeah.
we all know the music industry is cutthroat. So did she really?
I mean, it would have been nice. I don't think it definitely wasn't mandatory, right? It definitely would have been nice, but I understand Khaleesi's point as well. I understand if Beyonce is like, girl, I didn't have to reach out to you. You don't own the song. So I don't know. We'll see, but that's something else that's going on. So we'll have to stay tuned for how that is going to work, because it definitely might wind up being a thing. So all right. We got some top news topics, y'all. And some of these things you may have heard about here in the news, and some of them you may not have. So let's jump into what these things are. So the first thing, I don't know if you all have heard about the situation that happened at Sesame Place in Philadelphia. It's been over the news, so you very well may have. But basically, Sesame Place is a Sesame Street themed amusement park in Philadelphia, and they have apologized after a video shows one of their costume characters, Rosita, appearing to ignore 2 Black children during a parade.
We all saw.
It wound up, Rosita was the first one that they learned about, but then there was also like Telly and Ernie. I never know which one is Bert. Anyway, there was several characters, okay, that are intentionally ignoring Black children, and the parents and people are getting it on video. So it has gotten to the point now where there is a $25 million class action lawsuit that is being filed because of the harm and the trauma that is being caused for these children and for their families. What I wonder is $25 million excessive?
I do think it's excessive, but I also think some type of compensation is warranted to teach these parks a lesson. Sesame Place is a subsidiary, I believe, of the whole Sesame Street conglomerate or whatever. That may not be the word.
Kind of like loosely tied.
Yeah. But yeah, I think 25 million is excessive, but you know, hit them in their pockets and then they'll learn a lesson. We just recently saw the video of Disney that you just showed me. And I'm like, I didn't see this one. Rapunzel literally ignored this Black girl as she was calling for her. And the mother was, this is getting out of control. And I'm like, Rapunzel, did you not see what was happening a few weeks ago?
She saw. Oh, she definitely saw. Yeah, I think at first I thought it was excessive, but then I was like, it's a class action suit. So you have no idea how many people are going to be in the class action suit. So once I started thinking about it like that, I'm like, well, it could be 1 million people, you know, that wind up in the class action suit. So having said that, I feel it makes me feel a little bit better. But if it was just for this one family, I'll be like, nah, come on now, sis. Nah, come on. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But to your point, I do believe they do need to get hit in the pockets and held accountable, because this is a problem. So again, something else that we're keeping our eyes on to really see what happens with this, because this is not okay. Like, these babies didn't ask for this. These babies look up to these characters. They just want to see their favorite characters. So for people in costume to defame the character because of their personal bias, I got an issue with that. Yeah. So I'm hoping that they definitely get justice.
Yeah, these girls are going to remember that for the rest of their lives. You remember things as a kid, and I know you remember things as a kid. I remember a lot of things as a kid, and these girls are what, like 7, 8, no older than 10. Little. They're going to remember this. And the fact that they had to deal with that level of trauma at such a young age pains me, and it hurts me, and it makes me mad, and I just want to reach out and punch Rapunzel and Rosita. And I know it's not about violence. I'll be violent for my kid. I don't have kids, but I can imagine what a parent feels like in that situation. Like, you want to do any and everything for your kid. So I agree with you on that one. So
and I like
updated on that, as we always do. But this is something
has to be done. Something has to be done.
All right. So Byron Allen Media Group. I didn't know he had a media group. Why did I know he had a media group? Anyway, so the deal is closed. So Byron Allen Media Group acquires Black News Channel for $11 million. So Byron Allen's Media Group Entertainment Studio Networks has purchased the Black News Channel. He's the guy that owns the Weather Channel. Okay.
Yes.
And which it says filed a bankruptcy for 11 million. So essentially you can watch this new news channel on Black News Channel on it's streaming right now on Amazon News Channel for free. Did not know that. I was like, where's the streaming? So Byron Allen is getting his coins. Yeah, we just wanted to share. This is the segment where we share all of the good news or not so good news, but this is news that is necessary. Had not heard of Black News Channel.
Yeah, we're always wondering where our news is, right? So this is where the Black News Channel. It is specifically dedicated to news that has to do with us. So this is dope. And it's been quite a while that he's been trying to get this off the ground. So I'm really excited that it's finally closed. So again, you can watch it on Amazon. So if you have any type of Fire Stick or Amazon Kindle or any type of Amazon outlet or product, you're able to catch it there on Amazon. So Black News Channel. All right. So we wanted to update you. There is or was a Republican attorney general that hosted a private event for corporate donors at a swanky Palm Beach resort. We obtained, CNBC obtained, and then we obtained a list of nearly 20 corporations that RSVP to attend this retreat. And again, it's hosted by this Republican attorney general who is committed to all of the Republican foolishness and talking points that are happening right now. So we wanted to make you aware of what some of those companies were so that as we are making our financial decisions about what we are going to purchase and what we're not going to purchase, that we're intentional with utilizing our money. So Comcast was there, General Motors, Johnson & Johnson, Anheuser-Busch, Lowe's, Walmart, all of them were there. TikTok. 3M, when you think about 3M makes a lot of sticking products like tape and command strips and all that kind of stuff. So you may see some of the organizations that you are familiar with, some of the apps maybe that you use, some of the stores that you go to. We again wanted to make sure we let you know just so that you are making informed decisions about how you want to spend your money. But these people have been linked to this attorney general, this Republican attorney general that had this fundraising event in order to further promote the Republican agenda that is happening now. So
when you introduced the story, the first thing that I said that was that this isn't anything new. Why are we shocked? Why are we talking about it? But you made a really interesting point. You made an interesting point about just having people cognizant about where they spend their money and being just aware. Because I'm like, who's going to stop shopping at Lowe's? Anthem on here is my healthcare company. TikTok, I'm not on TikTok, but like 3M, am I going to stop using 3M? Rocket, the mortgage company, like Walmart, I shop there. Like, but you made do you remember the point that you made about like just
I was just saying we have to be reminded, because there are many times that I go into stores and I'm not being super intentional about the products that I'm getting. I'm not trying to see who the parent company is. So I need these reminders to be in the forefront of my mind so that I can be more intentional about how I spend my money. So that's why we wanted to bring this to you, because it's really up to you about how you choose to spend your money. But we want to make sure that you're spending your money in a way that aligns with your values and aligns with the things that are important to you. So so we wanted to make sure we got that out there for you.
All right.
So
now, do we have time for bab? We don't have time for babbing. I just
No,
really want
girl, no.
to.
We are here on Black Lives Matter. I'm like, what are you talking about right now? No, ma'am. So in our Black Lives Matter section, we always want to make sure that we're bringing you information that is going to add value to your life. So, Sab, if you will get us started with, let me find the picture, but what
of course.
happened in Kinley, North Carolina with this lady?
I used to live in North Carolina, not Kinley. Well, so the entire town of North Carolina town, the entire North Carolina police force had quit. Let me pause that there so you understand. In protest of its new town's newly hired progressively responsible town manager, who the police chief said created a hostile work environment. So they elected a Black woman town manager, and the entire North Carolina police force quit immediately in protest.
The whole dang on police force.
There's like 6 of them though, but still.
They
quit because they hired this new progressively responsible town manager. Kinley Police Chief Josh Gibson made this shocking announcement in a Facebook post on Thursday, saying the assistant town manager and key clerk had joined him and his 5 officers in quitting in protest. He said, "I put in my 2 weeks along with the whole police department," and he wrote this in of the force that he served like 21 years. He's like, "The new manager has created an environment I do not feel we can perform our duties and services to the community," he wrote on Facebook. What services and things that you feel like you can't render, Mr. Gibson? You can't beat Black people. You can't listen to a Black woman. You don't want a Black
That's what it is.
leading you. Like, what is this? And let me give you the stats of the town. It's 704 whites in this town, 503 Blacks, 204 Hispanics. So it's kind of all over the place. So yes, a Black woman, they're showing themselves. And this is just so disheartening. In 2022, they're showing themselves, and in an astounding way, this Black woman takes over and they quit. And it's alarming because, you know, you've done your job for 21 years. What in the world is, you can't, what's the word?
It took a Black woman to get their behinds from out of there. So to Yolanda's point, she said, "I will take that as the perfect opportunity to hire a more progressive force." That's fine. Yeah. Thank you. I will take your resignation. Now, let's get some people in here that care about people. Yeah. How about that?
And I mentioned that they are a product of their communities. These officers are a product of their communities. So she's going to have to do some really hard searching to find some officers who are going to come in and try to not taint, but like sabotage who she is and what she's trying to create and what she's trying to do, because the town hired her. So she's clearly someone that the town knows and likes, but this white police officer who just felt like, I can't abuse Black people anymore. This is wrong. I can't abuse you Black people. I quit. That's essentially
anyway. This is what I say. Y'all know what this means?
What does this mean?
Read between the lines. That's what I have to say about it. Read between the lines, okay? It's whatever about that, but about them. But I definitely hope that the community rallies behind her and gives her the support that she absolutely deserves. So we had to change, y'all. We usually have a COVID update section, but what we have learned is it's a lot going on out here in these streets, okay? And it ain't all COVID. So this segment is now called This Week in Public Health, because we just don't know what else might happen on the bingo card, okay? So this week in public health.
So who declares a national emergency of public health? The World Health Organization declared a national health emergency because this is considered the strongest call of action in an agency that can make, and it's the most recent announcement since COVID. New York recently has declared a state of emergency. San Francisco and California recently declared a state of emergency. This monkeypox thing is scary, and it's scary, and it's getting more and more. You're starting to see more and more cases, and I'm just like, what is going on? I don't even want to touch people. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to hug you. I don't want to be around you. But But this disease or virus, I don't even know what it is anymore.
So it's a disease. A disease is going to be something viral or something that is bacterial. So it definitely falls under the category of disease. What I want you all to do is take a moment to screenshot this graphic that we have here on the screen so that you're able to have some quality information about monkeypox and what it is and what it is not.
Yes.
I really wanted to talk a little bit about what it is not, because one of the ways that monkeypox is being framed is as if it is a sexually transmitted disease, and is also being framed as if it is a disease that is exclusive to the LGBTQ plus community. And this is very damaging rhetoric, because what happens is people let their guards down and then they think, oh, well, that doesn't relate to me, right? Mm-hmm. So if it's a sexually transmitted disease that only is exclusive to gay people, well, then I'm not gay, so I'm fine. And that is not the truth. So it's a very damaging rhetoric that happens. And it's something that is out there that we want to make sure that we destigmatize, because it's not the truth at all. Yeah. So monkeypox is a disease. It is they are in the process of really gaining more information about it. But one of the things that we know is that it presents itself like the flu. So flu-like symptoms, there's a doctor that we're going to try to get on here to talk about this, but flu-like symptoms are like your cough, your chills, your swollen lymph nodes, fever, body aches, headaches, chills, like all of those types of things are flu-like symptoms. And that's how monkeypox starts. But then you also have this rash, and the rash can cause disfiguration of your skin with scarring and disfiguration of your face and things of that nature. The incubation period lasts for about 1 to 2 weeks, and you are contagious for 2 to 4 weeks until the scabs have fully healed. So there are vaccines that are available, but those vaccines are only going to those who are considered high risk right now. So we can't just walk into your local Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS and be like, let me get that monkeypox vaccine. That's not a thing right now. So it is an emergency though. So we really want to make sure that we brought this to you all's attention so that we can make sure that we are continuing to be vigilant, right? Because people are letting their guards down with COVID, for instance. So now, folks are touching things. Folks are not washing their hands, like all of that kind of stuff. So we really need to be intentional about making sure that we wash our hands after we touch surfaces, that we refrain from touching our face and touching our bodies with our bare hands, unless we know that they are freshly washed and cleaned. So like I said, we are not experts on this, but we do know people who are in the medical field. So we have reached out to a couple physicians and asked them if they would be willing to come on and kind of educate the beautiful brown girl community about what is going on with this monkeypox disease, because it's a lot and it's moving fast. So we wanted to make sure we did our job to make sure that we're telling you about it so that you're able to govern yourself accordingly, if you will.
Yeah, nicely said. Thank you. I have nothing more to say. Everything that Kimberland said, I agree with. And yeah, just govern yourself accordingly. Wash your hands, all that fun stuff. Because this is scary, man. It's like, it feels like social media is amplifying it. If fear, what is that called when they're enticing you with fear and scaring you with fear? I mean, I know it's fear mongering. It feels like when you see these posts, like I saw recently, someone posted a video, and I hate that they posted a video of this young lady who did not know that they were filming her, and they were filming her and assuming that she potentially had monkeypox on the train. I was like, I'm itching for this.
I saw that. I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw that video.
But the fact that they did that and they don't even know what's wrong with her or what her prognosis is or diagnosis is just, it's so intrusive. And I hate people like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for sharing.
It's a lot. So let's make sure that we remain vigilant about what's going on so that we can protect ourselves. So our discussion topic today is kind of interesting. And I think we probably should start out with just sharing the video and allowing people to say what they think. here in the comments. And then we kind of go from there. So I'm not sure if you all are familiar with a pastor, a mega pastor, mega church by the name of TD Jakes. But Mr. TD Jakes is in quite a bit of hot water right now based on some comments that he made in a Father's Day sermon that he was having. So what we want to do is we're going to play this, and we want you to drop your thoughts into the comments as this is playing, so that we can kind of unpack this. All right, so here we go.
If Adam had not allowed Eve to pour into him, sin would have never come into the world. Sin came into the world because Adam broke the order. We were not designed to receive from women. Your self-esteem is compromised when you have to ask your wife for lunch money. I'm not saying you got to be rich. I'm not saying you got to be famous. I'm saying that you have got to be the one who pours in, not the one who takes out. When Adam started eating out of his wife's hand, sin came in because the divine order was broken. This breaks all sociological order of the culture we're living in now, because we are raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house, but until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. Oh, y'all ain't gonna talk back to me this morning. The conversation has become, let's prove to the men how dispensable they are. And it is born out of pain because we hurt you and betrayed you and lied to you and cheated to you. And you became like you became out of pain. Oh, Lord. I told you they wasn't going to like this, Jesus.
So where do we start?
Where do we start?
Where do we start? I'll share my feelings. Kimberland, you share your feelings, and then we'll get our community feelings in the interim. I think this is so, the fact that he said it, emasculating. No, I'm looking at my notes, I'm referencing my notes here. This is a dynamic in which he's making men feel like they are emasculated or minimized or small because of this woman or this wife who they produce evidence that she doesn't need him. And I'm like, what's the problem with that? It's not like anyway, so we can't be both. We can't like come home and bring the bread. Like, we're partners. It's not you versus me. We're partners. And like women raised to be men as if it's a man's job. I thought it was both of our jobs. I thought it was both of our jobs to be the family. And I get it. Where, it's this, he's been raised in the space of the man is supposed to take care of everything and do everything and be the household. So I get that piece, but it's a whole different generation now. And he's essentially attacking a woman's self-worth. And he's like, if you're not attracted to a man, you're degraded, and this whole rhetoric is problematic. And he's just talking about corporate women having their own money, which there is no problem with that. And I'm trying to really be careful with my words here, because I realize that there are some women in this community who agree with that rhetoric, which is problematic for me. But men are rebelling against women who are just not underfoot anymore. Like, it's 2022 and we're not under your foot anymore. And it's not like we're coming and saying we don't need you, but we don't need you, but we're not professing it. We're partners in this. And the fact that he's just like, well, it's problematic. I don't like it. It's effed up. And I think that the fact that he has this whole congregation and he's spewing this problematic rhetoric to this congregation. I live in Dallas. I've never been to, I'm lying. I've been to the church for an interview when I first got here in Dallas. My first month here, I interviewed at the Potter House. Thank God I didn't get the job. But I've never been to any of his services. He seems like a very self-serving preacher. And he's just constantly spewing these problematic, like the fact that he has his name on the carpet and he has a section for famous people, very self-serving. So this was a self-serving message. So that's my piece. Kimberland, what do you think?
All right. So let me say this. I'm going to say that I agree with some of what he's saying. I disagree with some of what he's saying. To the things that you said regarding his ministry. So I've been a part of mega churches probably my whole entire life. I started out in full gospel in New Orleans with Bishop Paul Morton. Then I transitioned into Mount Zion in Nashville with Bishop Joseph Walker. So there is a level of, there's a lot that's happening in mega churches. So, you know, people, for instance, to your point about, you know, having a VIP section of sorts, people just want to come to church. So imagine being a famous person and you're trying to go to church, but you have to sit with everybody else. And now people, you can't just worship. So I get that. I get what he's saying about the order. I do believe that there is a divine order. I do believe that the man is called to be the head of the household. I do believe that it goes God, then husband, then wife, then children. I do believe that. I agree with him in his statement about men not positioning themselves to be the providers and having their hand out for women to take care of them. I absolutely agree with that. What I don't agree with is that this is the fault of women. I definitely think that we as women and as people, we can be enablers. So we can enable toxic behavior. But I don't believe that the reason the world is in mass chaos and the reason that men are not stepping up is because of women. I don't believe that. So there's a lot like that's going on here. And so my relationship with church has like changed a lot since COVID. I don't think I have been in a church probably since 2019. Maybe, and a part of that is because I live in Mexico now, but my relationship with the church has changed. And one of my main issues with the church is that the onus that is put on women to fix whatever is happening. So you can't wear that particular dress or skirt because you might cause your brother to falter. Well, talk to him about his wandering eyes and help him get his life together. That has nothing to do with what I have on. That kind of mindset, I just can't get behind. And that's the kind of mindset that I feel like this was laced with. Is, well, like he said, if Eve didn't come to Adam and offer him the apple, then we wouldn't have sin. Well, if Adam had, and it's all about framing, if Adam was the head, he should have acted like the head and not allowed anything else to influence him, whether that was Eve or whether that was an alligator. Right? So, right, Kenya, Adam didn't have to take it. Right? So my thing with that is when you're framing what the issue is with men today, or what the issue is with the core of households, I'm gonna need you to put the onus where it's at. So somebody said a little bit ago, when is the conversation or when is the sermon that they're going to have with the men about how to step up and stand up and be a man so that women don't feel like they have to take care of things, because we gonna be all right. That's what I want you to know, right? So men, y'all could be out here doing whatever you're doing and you're not taking care of whatever. We gonna take care of it. Now, do we want to? Probably not. Like, I'm ready to take off the Superwoman cape. I'm over
because you have
but
to.
If I'm doing it because I have
wanted.
to.
That's the thing. They want to feel wanted, and because I think sometimes we make them not feel wanted. They feel no, it's they emasculate themselves, Kimberland. I believe that.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I
we
absolutely
gonna
agree
be
with
all
that.
right, like you said. Like
Mhm.
we gonna be all right. I love
Yeah.
that.
And to Irma's point here, she says some men are threatened by women's success. Let me tell you something. I dated one of them. I was engaged to one of them. Threatened, honey. Tried to break my soul. Okay. In the words of the prophetess Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. It is a thing, right? So where is the education to the men, the framing of the men that this is your responsibility for you to make sure that you are secure, that you are providing security for your partner, that you are making good choices about what's happening with the household. You want to be in charge of the household, but you also don't want to take responsibility. I can't get with that. So that's the part of it that I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to reframe this. I'm gonna need you to reframe this and put the onus on the men, even though at some points I get what he's trying to say ish, but it's still through the frame of the women the women are the problem. And I don't like that. Yes, Karen, it was on Father's Day. Yes.
Yeah. I like the women Father's Day, women are the problem. I agree with you. All right, I know we're close on time, so I agree with you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kimberland. Thank you, community. And I love the varying opinions on this. And I don't necessarily agree. I'm listening to you, but I don't necessarily agree. But I am receiving it, right? I'm receiving it, but I'm just like, I'm glad I never went to that man's church. I've tried to do the mega church thing here in Dallas, you guys. The Friendship West Baptist Church. Pastor, I forgot his name. But like I'm still, there's a bunch of mega churches here in Dallas, and that's how Baptist is.
No, I get it, and I've had backstage access to churches, and that's probably why I ain't running to get up in another one, because it's a lot that goes on. But my Bible is the Bible, So if the Bible said that this is what it's supposed to look like, then sir, I'm gonna need you to do that. That is independent of me. That don't work. It don't matter what I do. You need to do what you need to do. Mm-hmm. So at any rate, another one of the things that I took issue with that he was talking about was that women are positioning themselves as men. And it kind of links into our mental health moment that we have for today, because I think when we think about how people exist in the world, we're getting to this space where gender norms are no longer a thing. Right? Because I'm a woman, I have to wash the dishes, wash the clothes, and clean the house. And because you're a man, you have to go to work, and that's all you have to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think we're getting to a place where that is no longer the case. And people are really starting to just honor themselves in everything, no matter what package they might come in, they're just honoring who they are. So one of the things that we wanted to discuss with you all really quickly with our mental health moment today was about this concept of sensuality and something being sensual, right? When you all hear that word of being sensual or sensuality, what types of things come to your mind is what I'm wondering. So if you'll drop those things into the comments for us. So I'll ask you, Sab, when you hear the word sensual, what do you think about?
I think of self-pleasure. I think of self-pleasure for myself. I think of happiness for myself. And self-pleasure doesn't necessarily mean what you think it means. Self-pleasure, making myself happy, doing things that make me happy, and doing things that make me feel sexy as a woman. And I want to do those things, not for anyone else, but I want to do that to to give that energy out to the world. If my gait, my walk can exude sensuality and sexiness and whatever, and this is helps another woman to get to that space, I want to do it. Like, I love talking about just that space. That's what I think of when I think of sensuality. So it's not necessarily penetration or self pleasure, but it's just doing things just to make me feel really good about myself, and really, really good.
I love that. And I'm really appreciating the comments that you all are putting in here, because they're so varied, right? So we go from looking at romance to deep conversations to wearing your favorite color lipstick to self-care, right? So there are so many ways for us to be sensual. So one of the things that we want to do is divorce ourselves from this concept of sensuality only exists for a certain type of person, right? That sensuality is only for a certain type of body or a certain type of gender or a certain type of way that you carry yourself, right? Sensuality really is about how you are connecting to yourself. And last show, we talked about this concept of pleasure. We talked about seeking things that bring us pleasure. To Latasha's point, right? She loved her some Tex-Mex egg rolls. Okay. Like that brings her joy and pleasure, right? So that self-pleasing part is about, I'm about to eat these egg rolls and enjoy every bite, right? So we have 7 ways that we can allow ourselves to be more sensual, regardless of how we present. Right now, of course, this is Beautiful Brown Girls. So we're, primarily our audience are people who identify as brown girls. But even if you don't, our challenge for you is for you to think about how you can allow yourself to experience sensuality. So here we have the first 3, and these really center on mindfulness, meditation, and breathing. Thinking about your 5 senses, thinking about the thoughts that you're allowing to come through your mind, and actually taking time to slow yourself, to have those deep breaths where you can connect to your spirit, right? Which is something, again, as specifically as brown girls, we don't often do because we're so used to being strong, right? And having to have on this cape that we're not necessarily intentionally slowing ourselves down to connect to our body. So one of the ways that we can do that is really thinking about slowing down and being intentional with the things that we do and the way that we choose to exist. Almost to Yolanda's point about coupling that with patience, right? So giving ourselves the patience to be able to slow down for a moment and really think about who we are and how we want to exist.
Yeah.
So then these 3 are thinking about things that we can do in order, like actively do in order to get ourselves connected to our bodies, right? So thinking about journaling, right? And actually taking some time to journal our feelings by writing. Thinking about dancing. We talked about Beyonce's album earlier and how it's like this freeing dance thing, right? And I had shared with Sab the other day, I was like, when in Break My Soul, when she said release the wiggle, that did something for me because it was a different way of moving, right? It was something in me where I almost connected back to my childlike thoughts. And I literally was like wiggling, like tickle me Elmo. And but what it did is it allowed me, sure, Angie, we can post them, but also you can take a screenshot too. But yes, we'll post them. But it allowed me to move in a different way that released a different type of energy that I maybe hadn't tapped into, right? So really thinking about dancing, thinking about writing, and then it already came up about that sexual self-pleasure, right? You might have to put the batteries in and, to spend some time with yourself, to really think about what you like, right? What feels good to you? What does that feel like, look like, what have you, where you really need to be able to feel. It's about the feelings, right? So that might be a way for you to connect to yourself. Go ahead.
Can I pause you for a second to ask? So if we can go center screen, go back to 1 through 3 and then 4 through 6.
Okay.
We're getting a couple comments here asking to post them. So what my suggestion to you, community, is if you can put us, just remove, and just take a screenshot of these right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can take a screenshot of 1 through 3, and then we can do 4 through 5. And just take a screenshot of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I love this countdown that you're doing. It's making me happy inside. So this is the last one, y'all. And it's really thinking about letting go of your negative thoughts and discover your truth, right? Our mouth is the closest mouth to our ears. So when we think about the types of things that we say to ourselves, the type of thoughts that we think, are you standing in the mirror and celebrating yourself? Or are you standing in the mirror looking for everything that's wrong?
I love that, Kimberland.
Right? Can you honor all of the roles, all of the stretch marks, all of the whatevers, the
All the
leftover
gray
chickenpox
hairs.
marks from when we were kids, the gray hairs, girl, the gray hairs, the wrinkles, the fine lines. Are you able to allow yourself to get out of this space of negative thought and really learn to love yourself in the package that you're in? That's really what sensuality is about, right? And some of us, it's a journey. I'm gonna say that it's a process, right? I'm not there. I still have to remind myself, you talking crazy to yourself right now, ma'am. You need to get it together. I still have not embraced my silver strands, and it's more so because I want to have different colored hair. But once my hair starts to grow out, I'm like, I'm only 41. I can't be having gray hair for real, for real. Oh my God, right? But where are you in that process of really embracing and loving yourself? So we wanted to submit that to you all, just to think about, right? As we are walking in our power, whatever that looks like, it's not about somebody determining what makes us a beautiful brown girl. It's about us deciding that for ourselves, and then us making sure that we're taking the time to connect to ourselves and get to know ourselves on a deeper level so that we can honor who we are and who we were created to be. So hopefully y'all got those screenshots.
She said, my health is my gray hairs. I love my silver strands too. I'm learning to embrace my silver strands. I got this over my head just because I need to take these braids out. I'm just trying to keep together, keep my edges together. Because taking these off earlier, it's a whole production to take these joints out. And I got to schedule a day. Like I got to schedule time for myself.
I know.
Take these joints out.
But my challenge to you, Sab, is try to find some type of joy in that process, right? Doing our hair and like wash day and all that kind of stuff. I know for me, that is just stressful. Okay.
Cosmetology. I'm sorry. Cosmology. Y'all saw me talk about it. Never mind. Kimberly, keep going. Just know that is my day on.
Yes. It is too. It's a saving grace for me, right? So we really just want to make sure that we are honoring ourselves. So my challenge to you, Sab, is to find some joy in that. See what you can do to make that process more pleasurable and more sensual for you, so that you're able to enjoy it.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So I can't wait for you to tell the people about this beautiful brown girl spotlight, honey, because
I know it makes me feel like, okay, what am I doing with my life? However, she's like, remember Doogie Howser? That's what I think of when I think of her. So,
yes.
13-year-old Elena Anali Wicker is not preparing for back to school like the most of us in August. It's crazy. It's in August. Like most kids her age, she is headed to medical school, you guys, a year after graduating high school at 13. Crazy. Sorry.
No, not after graduating high school, after graduating from college.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, this girl done graduated from where is it at? From Arizona State University and Oakwood University.
So she graduated college already?
Yes.
I mean, I just thought because she was a child prodigy at 13, she probably skipped college. I just thought. I mean, I may be wrong, but Kimberland said it. I believe it. So Elena Anale Wicker shared the news on her Instagram with her more than 20,000 followers recently that she is headed to medical school. 13-year-old from Texas is already being accepted to medical school with plans to attend Heatsink School of Medicine at the University of Alabama in Birmingham. She expects to start medical school in 2024 after graduating.
So she graduates in 2 years. Okay, my bad.
Okay. From the 2 undergraduate programs, 13, keep that age in mind, that she's currently enrolled in studying biological sciences at Arizona State University and Oakwood University. So she was recently interviewed on Good Morning America, the 13-year-old girl going to medical school, and she shared her advice to other kids. I'm like, other kids, share your advice to people like me at 41 who needs to know what you're doing so we can get where you are. But she told Good Morning America what she learned in her journey to success thus far is don't let anybody tell you no.
I love that.
13 years
And
old.
I love that she has
medical
understanding of that
school.
at 13.
This is just like, yo. And the fact that I made a joke to say, what are we doing with our lives? This is an anomaly. Like often you have a child prodigy that is just super freaking smart. And this is one of those prodigies.
Yeah.
Like everybody can't be a child prodigy. But the fact that she is at 13 and she's headed to medical school is just like mind-blowingly. And I'm just excited, mind-blowingly exciting for her and her parents and her.
Yeah.
And I just hope that she has the support system that she needs, because yes, she is 13 years old. She is smart, but she doesn't have the mental fortitude enough to know what to expect at 13 in college/medical school. Like she needs that support system of, I don't know, your parents.
Yeah, I'm sure her parents, though, I don't feel like she would have gotten to this point without that support. So I'm sure that her parents and whoever the adults are in her life are covering her. In this, I can't wait to follow this journey.
Yeah.
This is so inspiring, and just goes to show. So all the people, somebody said earlier, this is why the white folks are afraid of us when we operate in our power, right? We need to cover this baby. All the ancestors, show up for her, but this is phenomenal. This is phenomenal. And she is so freaking gorgeous. Like that's just extra icing on top. So congratulations to her and to her family. This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Nothing more needs to be said. Yeah.
Yeah. So we always appreciate you all hanging out with us. I know we had quite a few first timers that were on with us today, as well as our OGs. So we always want to make sure that you all know how to connect with us in all the ways that matter, so that you are able to hear about everything that we're doing before it's too late, right? So we want to make sure that you have liked us on our Facebook page at Beautiful Brown Girls, that you have joined our Facebook group, Beautifully Shaded, followed us on Instagram at Beautifully Shaded, and on Twitter at Beautiful Brown U. We also want to make sure that we remind you about our members network. So again, y'all got about 2, 3, 4 minutes to click on that link to be able to get that special code for you to join our members network at a discounted rate that is only working while we are here on live. So if we can drop that code again into the comments, so that we will be able to get people signed up. But you can also go to members.beautifulbrowngirls.com. And again, that is our VIP member space, free from the algorithm and all the things trying to hold the brown girl down. It really allows us to be our beautiful brown selves without feeling like we are being micromanaged and hated on. Okay. So if you go to members.beautifulbrowngirls.com, you will be able to access that and join us in our VIP space. Reminding you again that we have announced what our next Beautiful Brown Girls getaway is going to be. So that's been announced to our VIP members. So if you want to gain access to that information prior to August 10th, then go ahead on and get yourself into our members network so that you are able to get connected to that. So having said that, Sab, please tell the people where they can find you, ma'am.
Yes, you guys can find me at sabjackson.com. All of my social platforms are there. I'm working on revamping the site, but it's still like active, but I'm like working on it to make it bigger and better. So sabjackson.com is where you can find me. Would love the opportunity to connect with you on LinkedIn. That's where I'm active. I'm also active on Snapchat. Do I have it here? No, I don't have it underneath my name. I am active on Snapchat as well. If you are on that platform, it may not be like I don't know. Are we we're not millennials. What are we, Kimberland?
We're on the cusp of millennials. But what is your Snapchat name, honey? So the people know where to find you. What is it?
It's Sab_1908. My same Twitter, whether or not you remember it. It's Sab_1908. That's where I'm most active. And that's where I post all of the wonderful things. And I also am active in the Mighty Networks community as well. So if you are a member and you are part of the Mighty Networks community, you can connect with me there. I love the community there. Yeah. It's a beautiful community. If you are not a member, I would implore you to join. how many minutes do we have until this ends? And
we got about two. We got about two. So we go on and click on in there.
all right. What about you, Kimberland? Where can people connect with
So
you?
you all can find me. Right. The best place to find me right now is on Minding My Black Ass Business. Okay. I, since coming back to Mexico, have been much more intentional about posting. I shared that I did a live the other day to start telling my story about why I even moved to Mexico. And the feedback that I've gotten from people who watch my live has just been absolutely overwhelming. So if you go to mindingmybblackassbusiness.com, my Instagram is linked there, as well as Minding My Black Ass Business on Facebook and on Instagram. That will allow you to connect with me there, and you can see all of the things that I am doing. It's a lot of shenanigans out here, y'all, and I'm just happy to be sharing them with the people. So definitely hope to see you all there. Wanted to acknowledge one quick comment and answer another. So Yolanda says she found us on Meetup. Welcome, honey. It's a whole slew of us out here. It's like over 55,000 of us out here. So glad that you have found us. Make sure you get connected. And Nicole said, what is BBG's Twitter? BBG's Twitter is Beautiful Brown U, the letter U. Okay. So again, we are here every other Monday. We same time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern here on our Facebook page. So we will be back in 2 weeks. So that will be August 15th that we'll be back with our next show. Again, if you feel like you want to come on the show and hang out with us, go ahead and drop I'm in, or bring me on, or just let us know in the comments. Or you can email us at beautifulbrowngirls@gmail.com. And that way we will be able to get you queued up to get on in here for our shenanigans.
I wish we could play ending music, because that's what I was thinking in my head. I was dancing to Cozy.
Oh,
that's
Gotcha. Okay. So I think we should all leave here, and we should all go put on Renaissance and just allow ourselves to release the wiggle right quick, right? But seriously, if you all haven't taken anything away from the time that we have been here today, just know that Sab and I do this as an act of love, and it really is because we want to make sure that we're living our very best lives. So we definitely hope to see you all in 2 weeks. The Brownversation doesn't stop here, though, so you can absolutely continue commenting, continue sharing, continue tagging people in the comments, because that's only going to increase those interactions, and that will let people know about all the amazing stuff that we're doing. So we will see you all in 2 weeks. We love you to pieces, and we'll be back. Y'all go release the wiggle. Bye.